had a rock and roll evening last night, and except for one record, it was all VCLT. I think you're going to enjoy this story. First, I want to start out with the VCLT, which is part of the Rock and Roll Saturday Night. You know, one of our friends over there, the guy with all the hill, he'd been saying for a long time he had a package for me, was going to send a package for me. A long time ago now. I'm thinking he probably watched some of my videos and he's thinking, what the hell can I send this guy? So he finally got a package together and sent to me, and I got this package darn near a month ago, but I'm in my busy season now, working 6 days a week. And I was debating what to do. I was going to do a fake opening with some comedy stuff that I thought everybody might enjoy, but no, not going to do that. I'm talking about the guy with the hair. Not going to mention him by name, but you know, he's a serious Donny and Marie collector. And I told him I wanted some Donny and Marie. I wanted some Osmonds. And we had to have a little go-around about that. That guy with all the hair, he don't like to let go of any Donny and Marie. But I got some from him. I threatened maybe I would head over there towards Connecticut with some hair clippers and see if I could do a little damage if I didn't get me some Donny and Marie. Well, he let loose of a good one, I'm telling you. The Osmonds don't have Marie in this group. Yep. This is a good one. And look at that cover. Now, I think that's cotton fields in that picture. And I think the Osmonds went down south, see if they couldn't get a little soul. They were maybe out there picking some cotton, try to get a little soul. And one of the songs on here, Catch Me Baby, Motown Special, Sweet and Innocent, Find 'em, Fool 'em, and Forget 'em. I remember those 3 F's a little bit different than what's on the Osmond record here. Most of all, Flirtin', few other good tunes. It worked. That trip down south worked. Osmond's got a little bit of soul on this record. Gatefold. Not going to get it close enough up here where you can see it, but recorded at the Fame Studio, Muscle Shoals, Alabama. It was something to get that hair guy to turn loose of that record, I'm telling you. Well, one of the things that he sent in some of his things, he had been promoting a record, guy named Elliott Smith, I think. When I got the package from him, on the very top of the package was this DVD documentary about Elliott Smith. Very first thing I did, I opened the package. This is 2 hours. It takes a little time to watch this. I put this on and watched it, and it was really enjoyable. And he told me to send this on. Now, if some of you are interested, drop me a note down there. I'll drop this off to you. Otherwise, I'm going to send it back to him so he can send it to somebody else. He sent me brand new sealed record, Elliott Smith. Very good record. I enjoyed it. This is probably not the kind of music typically I would pick up. I'm not even sure what category or genre you'd say this was in. But as I've mentioned in videos before, the more you know about the artist and how the music was created, the more you enjoy the music. And boy, that was the case with this record. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and one of the things where they're going on in the documentary and talking to him, and he mentions about the song Say Yes, last song on side 2. After watching the documentary and knowing what that song was about, I couldn't hardly wait to listen to that. It was good. So I enjoyed this record, and it's one of those things. It's not something normally I would get or maybe listen to, and I'm happy to have this. So thank you, Hair. Okay, if you look back, back there behind my shoulder, you see an album with that bird coming up out of the ocean. With clouds in the background of the bird. I got that record the other day at my store out of the dollar bin. It's in VG++ condition, the Rascals. Used to be the Young Rascals. Most everybody knows of them. They had a lot of big hits. I just picked it up, not thinking anything about it, and I put on side B, and of course the music was familiar to me right away, but side B was really good. It probably had a couple minor hits, but their 2 monster hits were both on side A, and so I played side B, really enjoyed it, turned it over, played side A and their big hits on there, and I really enjoyed that. But the next record that was in my package from the Hair Guy was this record. City to City. Got the record in there, not taking it out. Gerry Rafferty. Okay, I'd heard this name before a little bit. You know, like all of these guys, I never really listened to most of the stuff. I don't know who they are. So I put it on. Of course, I know who he is immediately. This record is full of monster hits. But it was that Animals record I listened to that kind of put me in the mood. This is a little bit more rocky. You see the cover, man, you'd think, well, this is going to be a heavy-duty guitar record. This is a great record, and it's full of all kinds of instrumentals. And the guitar, you just hear a little bit here and there. There's a lot of piano solos in here, background heavy, tenor sax. The musicianship on this record, I went to Discogs and looked. This record has been pressed in every country on the planet if they had a pressing plant. That's how popular this record was. And I know people, well, you know, they're a little more common. Well, they're common because they were good. That's why they sold so darn many records. I like this Gerry Rafferty so good. I was over in my record store this afternoon. I picked up 2 or 3 more Gerry Rafferty records. They were not in the dollar bin, but they were like $3 or something. They were inexpensive. I haven't listened to them yet, but this just got my rock and roll evening rolling. What was the next record I pulled out of the Hair's pile? Rolling Stones, Tattoo, excellent condition. That Gerry Rafferty record was excellent sounding records. Not taking them out because all of you folks are familiar with this stuff, but Rolling Stones, Tattoo You, I think this was like about 1980. I'm not a big Rolling Stones guy. I got a couple records, 2 or 3 records. I had a couple CDs for a long time. This has one hit, side A, the first tune, forget what it was anyway, but several things about this record. First off, near mint condition, has the original inner sleeve with the hoof in the high heel shoe and that thing. I appreciated that, but this record is outstanding sounding sound quality. This could be an audiophile quality record. This thing, just the sound quality blows you away. The music was outstanding, a little bit more rock and roll than Gerry Rafferty, and some nice blues stuff on here. What did this record do to me? It made me appreciate the Rolling Stones more than I did before I played this record, and part of it's the sound quality. You know, dry dog turd on the turntable going around. If it sounds good enough, I'll listen to it. This record sounded great, and the music was outstanding. So my Rolling Stones collection will be growing a little in the future. Well, wanted to get some real rock and roll. Here's the next record I pulled out of the Hares pile. Van Halen, Women and Children First. Again, I'm not taking these out because these are all common records that you've all seen, or most of you probably have. This is, I think, lists hard rock when you look it up. This is the real thing. I never had any Van Halen before. This is my first one. I really enjoyed this, and I'm going to be happy to find a couple more. This one was a little lesser of the sounding of the other ones, but you know, they probably made 1 million of these. Next record I pulled out of the pile, Billy Joel, 52nd Street. Okay, these kind of pop stuff don't get any love in the vinyl community. I didn't look this up. I think this was one of, if not his most popular record. They made millions of these. And why did they make millions of them? Because the music is great. And something else about this, sound quality outstanding. This one still has the original inner sleeve with it, mastered by Ted Jensen at Sterling Sound. Another audiophile sounding record. The other thing is, Billy Joel's a top guy. He's in the top studio, and he's got the best musicians in New York backing him up. So the music on this record is wonderful. One of his big hits is on the first side, Zanzibar. Well, you have a couple Freddie Hubbard trumpet solos in that tune, and it's just really good. And this is good music and good musicianship, and a lot of the lyrics are so clever on that Zanzibar. He's singing, "I was just trying to get the second base. I'd steal it if she'd give me the sign." Well, that's great, because that's a nice reference to baseball, and of course that's kind of a double entendre reference. The music was good, the lyrics were humorous and clever, and you guys need to listen to more of this kind of music, because there's a reason this record sold millions. Not rock and roll, but kind of our focus on great sound. The next record I pulled out from the hair, Command Records, Vibrations, Enoch Light and the Light Brigade. Doc Severinsen on trumpet on this, and this was kind of a new idea of things they were doing. I collect Command records. I probably only have 20 or so. I got a long ways to go. Look at this thing. Snow white. Sharp corners. This record is as mint as they can get, and I put this thing on and played it, and I'll tell you, you have some friend that don't know nothing about any of the music or anything come to your house and say, "I heard you've been messing with some hi-fi stuff. Tell me about your hi-fi." I'll put this record on and play it for them. And Tony Mottola on guitar in here. That's probably the most realistic sounding guitar recording that I've ever heard. I started off with the Osmonds. Got some Donny and Marie and a few other things. Not going to show those. We're having fun with that. Everybody knows I like Hawaiian music. The last thing in the pile I'm going to show, Hawaii 5-0, The Ventures. Let the Sun Shine In. Got a number of Hawaiian records from the hair, and I just pulled this one out to show. We like The Ventures, some good guitar music, and that's really enjoyable. So I want to say thank you to the guy we all know as Bill, and it provided me with a great rock and roll evening, and I hope you all will watch this video and enjoy it. See ya.